Alrighty. All right. Hello and welcome. It's Candace with Gentle Yoga for Everyone. Today we're going to flow through a series of yoga postures to promote stronger bodies. All right. I mentioned that I am in the midst of preparing for my Kilimanjaro hike. So, come along with me on my journey to make my body stronger. All right. Today we're going to have the mat in a horizontal, a little bit lower. Very good. My water. Maybe a little bit higher. I was just trying to get that sweet spot there. All right, we're going to begin with our warm-up. So let's start in mountain pose. We're going to guide the arms outward and upward so the fingertips flow to the sky. Palms are facing forward, shoulders are relaxing. From here, circle your hands outward. So just make a circle with your hands. You want to engage your fingers, engage your wrists, keep your elbows straight. Breathe deeply. The next breath is going to allow your hands to be still, and you're going to release the elbows to bend, and from elbow to shoulder, create a straight line. From here, the next breath will guide the elbows to flow closer, and then release. Breathe deep, elbows closer, and then release. We'll turn the head to the left, gaze at the wall behind us, and then inhale back center. Take a breath, turn your head to the right, gaze at the wall behind you, and then look back center. Next breath allows the arms to extend to straighten. Squeeze the elbows, guide the arms to circle forward, and then guide the arms to circle back. From here, we're going to take a breath. Palms are currently facing up. We're going to rotate the palms to face down. The whole arm rotates downward, so the elbows will face up, keeping the arms straight. So take a breath, rotate your arms. So your palms are now facing down, and your elbows are probably facing the wall behind you. From here, we'll take a breath. As we exhale, we're going to guide the arms to flow back, and then rotate your arms so that your palms face each other. See if you can clasp your hands behind you. And we just want to pulse it up. Still, release the fingers, lower the arms. With the arms lower, take a breath, step the feet apart. And we're going to bend the knees. Pull the belly in as you bend your knees. And from here, we're going to take a breath and we're going to just rotate the body to the right, center, to the left, center. Breathe. Right, center, left, center. Excellent stretching. Next breath fills the lungs. When we exhale, we're going to release forward. Keep your knees bending. Keep hinging in hips. Let your chest flow towards your thighs. Chin flows towards the collarbone. Keep your eyes open. And from here, we're going to step the feet out just a little bit. All right? So we want the feet a little further than hip width apart, but don't separate them too widely. From here, see if you can guide your palms to the mat, maybe the fingertips to the mat. Just do what you can. You want to keep your eyes open. Bring your gaze to the wall behind you. Really lift up those glute muscles and press your heart towards the wall behind you. Breathe deep. So we're getting a stretch in the leg muscles. We're engaging nervous and circulatory system as we are inverted. From here, we're going to take a breath. We're going to lift all 10 toes off of the mat and then press them back down. All right, let's do it again. Lift all 10 toes off of the mat and then release them down. From here, take another breath. On the exhale, we're going to bend the knees. With knees bending, we also hinge in hips. On the inhale breath, we're going to rise up, straightening the knees and lifting the arms. We'll connect in the flat back forward fold. The weight of the body is rooted in the heels, so really just transfer your weight towards your heels. Squeeze those kneecaps. We're also focusing on, going to lift the heart up and rise up slowly, lifting the arms so the fingertips float to the sky. Next breath, we'll rotate arms in, palms touch, release the elbows to bend. Meet up at heart center. We're going to step the feet inward by heel toeing until thighs touch. I'm going to let another student into my Zoom class. Awesome flow. And now we're at heart center. We have the thighs touching. We're transferring weight into the heels. We're gazing downward. And this will be our moment of reflection. And if you choose, you can set an intention or dedication for your practice today as you connect with heart energy. So just breathe very deeply through the nose. Your breath is very long and deep. On the exhale breath, relax the body. Notice your unique heart rhythm. Right? The next breath, we're going to blink the eyes open a little wider and relax the shoulders. We are now prepared to start our yoga practice for today. Today, we will start in a warrior 2. So let's take a breath and step the feet outward. Now with warrior 2, the further you separate your feet, the deeper you will go into the posture. Once the feet are separated, make sure your heels make an imaginary line and your legs are straight. Once there, left toes will point away from the body. Your heels still are making the imaginary line. The right toes come at a slight diagonal now. Then we'll bend the left knee, rotate your upper body towards the bending knee. The inhale breath will guide the arms to flow upward. Elbows will straighten. And on the exhale breath, release the arms down, keeping fingers gazing past the front fingers. And as we're gazing intently, this promotes focus and concentration. It's also good for strengthening eye muscles. From here, we'll take another breath. On the exhale, front elbow bend. So that should be the left elbow bending. We'll guide the left palm to face upward and take a full breath. As we exhale, we're going to release towards the bending leg. We're going to place our forearm on our thigh, palm facing up. Next breath, right palm faces up. Turn your head and look at your right palm. And as you inhale, the right arm is going to rise. You're going to keep your gaze at your right palm. Be mindful to guide your belly inward as the arm is sweeping overhead. Ultimately, your right palm will face downward. Your right bicep is near your right ear, and your nose is pointing upward towards the sky. All right. So this is a wonderful way to engage the core, to strengthen legs, arms, all at the same time. So good for the body. From here, let's take another breath. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate the upper body towards the bending leg, lift up that left arm, and release towards the straight leg. So now the left leg is straight. Connect with cupcake fingers. Fingertips only on the mat or floor. And now we're going to bring the right toes to point in the same direction as the left toes. So we have all 10 toes pointing in the same direction. Take a breath and really transfer your weight a little more towards that back heel so we can have the weight of the body rooted equally. And this allows us to connect with a pyramid pose. The legs are shaped like a pyramid. Notice how you hollow the belly each time you exhale. Awesome flow. From here, we're going to take a breath. Guide the left arm to flow on the inside of the left leg. Again, cupcake fingers are fine. Now we're going to guide the back toes to flow back to the diagonal position. On the inhale breath, we're going to lift up the right arm, rotate the upper body towards the front of the room so the right fingertips flow to the sky. Encourage your shoulders to be stacked, elbows are straight, palms face the front of the room. And this is our triangle pose. What a wonderful flow. From here, we're going to take a breath. On the exhale, guide your navel inward. Notice heart rhythm. The next inhale, we're going to reach upward with the right hand. So when you're ready, reach up, breathe, flow upward, lift the body, lift the left arm. We're going to guide the left fingertips all the way to the sky. Once there, all 10 toes will point to the front of the room. Let's breathe. Guide all 10 toes to the front of the room. Now we'll focus on the right foot. Take a breath. Right foot flows away from the body. Right knee bends as we release the arms downward. Let's breathe. Bend the right knee. We will meet up in our warrior two. The arms are shoulder level. Turn your head towards the right. Gaze actively past those front fingers with relaxed shoulders and squeeze those elbows. When you squeeze those elbows, notice the engagement in your bicep, tricep muscles. Those tricep muscles really lift up, all right? And that's what we want. We want to tone up our muscles and we want to strengthen the body. In a palm faces upward. Take another breath. On the exhale, we're going to release towards the bending leg. Allowing the forearm to rest on the bending leg and the right palm is facing upward. Next breath, we're going to turn our head to the left. Left palm faces upward. Keep your gaze at that left palm. On the inhale breath, the left arm is going to rise and we're going to sweep the fingertips across the sky and guide that left bicep to flow near the left ear. The left palm is facing downward. The heart is flowing towards the front of the room. All right. So this is a wonderful way to strengthen our spine, to engage the core, and we tone our legs at the same time. From here, let's take a deep breath. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate the body towards the bending leg. Move that right arm off of the leg and release towards the bending leg. As you release, go ahead, straighten the front leg, which is bending, and guide your left toes in the same direction as your right toes. We want all 10 toes pointing in the same direction. Make whatever micro adjustments you need to connect with that alignment. And then be mindful to transfer your weight to your heels. We want legs straight. We want to transfer the weight into the heels so we can root ourselves. It's called rooting yourself, right? So we're allowing the weight of the body to flow into the heels, keeping the legs straight and keeping the breath full. Eyes remain open for focus and concentration. The right arm flows on the inside of right leg. The next breath will guide the left arm to rise up. Rotate your body towards the front of the room. Let's breathe. We're going to guide those left fingertips towards the sky. Both palms face the front of the room. Notice how you hollow the belly after each exhale. Notice how you encourage your shoulders to be stacked. Elbows squeezing straight. What an awesome inverted yoga posture to improve our nervous and circulatory system as we strengthen our ability to balance. From here, we'll take a deep breath. On the exhale, now the left arm is going to lower all the way down. Once the fingertips touch the mat, we guide all 10 toes to point towards the front of the room. Walk your hands center. Right? We are now in a wide-legged forward fold. Draw your weight towards your heels. Lift your glute muscles up. Elbows are bending. And we want to guide the crown of the head towards the mat as much as possible. We want to keep the eyes open. Having the eyes open is very important for concentration and focus so you don't get dizzy, okay? Keep your eyes open. Every time you bring your head below your hips, keep your eyes open. Focus on the flow of your breath. Notice your heart rhythm. Awesome flow. On the inhale, we're going to lift the heart and lift the arms and connect in a flat back forward fold. Palms are facing downward, elbows straight. The nose is pointing towards the mat. Really lift those sit muscles up and breathe deeply. What a wonderful way to care for the body in this wide-legged forward fold. Eyes up, arms flowing upward. Move with purpose and focus. We're going to guide our fingertips all the way to the sky. Once there, the breath guides the arms to rotate inward and flow closer, palms touching. From here, soften elbows. Guide them to bending so we can meet up at heart center and relax shoulders. Once here, take a breath. Begin to heel toe the feet inward until your thighs touch. Once the thighs are touching, we're going to take a breath and guide the left foot to flow forward. So lift the left foot and lift the leg. Keep your leg straight. Left leg forward and then cross. Guide the sole of the foot to the mat. Transfer your weight to both heels. Take a breath. On the exhale, guide your hands forward. Press your palms together as your hands flow forward. Fingertips flow towards the front of the room. Elbows will straighten. Then release your palms and guide your arms to a parallel position. From here, we're going to lift up the right arm. Guide the arms to cross. Make an X shape with your arms. And the breath will guide your elbows to bending. Next breath guides the top arm. Should be the right arm on top. So your right hand can lower. As the hand lowers, palm faces upward. Create that wrapping motion. So wrap. And see if you can guide your palms towards each other. It's okay if you can't. Right? So once here, take a breath. On the exhale, lift your heart and begin to bend your knees. Bend your knees, lift your heart, guide your navel inward. Your left heel will lift off of the mat. This is called an eagle pose. Gaze actively at a focal point. And if you want to go deeper in the posture, you can lift up your left foot and just wrap the foot a little more around the standing leg. Full inhalation, complete exhalation. Strengthening the spine, strengthening the legs. Let's take a deep breath. As we exhale, guide that left leg to unwrap, uncross, and guide the foot back to the mat. On the inhale, we're going to straighten our knees, release the palms, and unwrap the arms. Unwrap, hands lower, elbows straighten, heart rises. Take a breath, uncross the arms. Arms are parallel as we release the arms down. Lift the heart as the arms lower and relax your shoulders. Awesome flow. Take a breath, elbows bend, palms touch. From here, we're going to focus on the right leg. We're going to inhale. The right leg and the right foot flows forward. The right foot is going to lift off of the mat. And then we're going to cross our leg. Guiding the sole of the foot back to the mat, both legs straight. Transfer your weight to your heels. Lift your heart. Awesome flow. Thumbs are resting on heart center. Take a breath. As we exhale, we're going to guide both knees to bend, allowing your right heel to lift off of the mat. We're hinging in hips as we bend our knees, as if we're sitting in a chair. From here, we'll take a breath. On the exhale, we'll guide the arms forward. Arms will be at shoulder level. Release your palms, and now the arms are parallel at shoulder level. Left arm to rise and cross. With arms crossing, take a breath, bend your elbows. Fingertips float to the sky. And now, the next breath allows the top arm, which would be the left arm, to lower. Palm faces up. Create that wrapping motion. Wrap and breathe. Encourage your palms to flow towards each other as much as possible without straining. Take another deep breath. If you want to go deeper into the posture, you can lift up your right foot and continue wrapping that leg around the standing leg. The standing leg is bending at the knee and hinging at the hip. Allow your breath to balance the body and notice the heart rhythm. Awesome flow. Take another breath. And as you exhale, release that right foot, which is wrapping, and guide the sole of the foot back to the mat. On the inhale breath, we're going to straighten knees, release the hands, release the palms, unwrap your arms. Lift your heart, lower hands, guide the elbows to straighten. Inhale, uncross arms. Guide the arms outward with a lifted heart, and allow the arms to release all the way down. Awesome flow. So we are approximately 30 minutes into our practice, a great time for a water break. I will grab my water and come right back. For my YouTube friends, the format of the class is we practice for 30 minutes. We take a little water break. During the water break, this is a great time for you to type in the comments any yoga postures you'd like to flow through for today. I'll grab my water and be right back. Alrighty. Also, for my YouTube friends that have just joined, let me introduce myself again. My name is Candace. My yoga platform is Gentle Yoga for Everyone. I make my practice as accessible as I know how to by being very descriptive as I'm guiding everybody through the various yoga postures, giving very precise instructions and suggestions on how you can flow through the postures, also offering variations of postures along the way. Awesome. Another format of this live class is that I also have my Zoom students on. So when they enter class, sometimes I have to push the button there to let them into the class. So Zoom classes are available also for YouTube folks. You can just send me a message and I can discuss pricing with you. The class is a 60-minute class. It starts with a warm-up. Then we proceed into practice. We have the water break, and then we resume with the practice. That is the format of the class. All righty. Welcome back, ladies. My Zoom students are coming back. All right. And we are going to resume. There's one other posture I wanted to flow through. I wanted us to do dancer's pose today. So we're going to resume standing. So we're going to resume standing. The thighs will be touching. So guide your legs very close together. Relax your shoulders. Lift your heart up. Just gaze downward. Breath as possible and allow your breath to be slow, full, and deep. Right? Sort of like an ocean sound. On the next inhale, we'll guide the palms forward and lift the arms all the way overhead. We will flow to our mountain pose, guiding the fingertips towards the sky with relaxed shoulders. So relax the shoulders away from your ears. Notice how the weight of the body is rooting in the heels. From here, the breath will guide the left knee to bend, the left heel will rise, and we'll lower the left arm all the way down as we lift the heart up. The left fingertips will float towards the mat. Once there, gaze at a focal point that is below your shoulder level. Once you have that focal point, on the inhale breath, go ahead, lift your heart and lift up the left foot. With the left foot lifted and the spine lengthened, squeeze your left glute muscle and see if you can guide the foot upward and capture the ankle. It's okay if you can't, just keep your foot lifted if you can't, but if you can, go ahead, capture the foot near the ankle. Once there, take another breath and guide your foot to lift. Your right fingertips flow towards the sky. You're lengthening the spine. Awesome flow. The weight of the body is rooted in the right heel. From here, we'll take another breath. And as we exhale, release where you're holding your foot or ankle. Allow it to lower back to the mat and guide the left arm to rise. Lift up your heart as your left arm is rising. Shoulders. Find peace within this pose and breathe deeply. From here, we'll take another breath. And as we exhale, we're going to guide the right arm to lower as slowly as we can. Right palm faces the front of the room. We're lifting the heart. We're guiding the navel inward. Ultimately, the right fingertips point downward towards the mat. And we're going to bend the right knee so the right heel lifts off of the mat. With the right heel lifted, we're going to take a breath. Lift the heart and lift up the right foot. We're balancing on a straight leg, gazing at a focal point. And if you want a little more, you can lift the foot and capture it with your hand. Once there, if you want a little more, take a breath, lift the heart up, and guide the foot upward, lifting the heart. Awesome flow. What a wonderful way for us to care for our bodies, promoting balance and focus. From here, let's take another breath. When we release the breath, we're going to release the foot and guide it to lower back to the mat. So we can inhale the right arm overhead and connect back with our mountain pose. From mountain pose, we'll rotate the arms in and guide them closer so the palms can touch. With palms touching, we're going to take a breath and guide the elbows to bend. Press those palms together as your elbows are bending. Lift your heart up. Guide your navel inward. So we can meet up at heart center, relaxing our shoulders, connecting with heart energy. Once there, take another breath. And so now we're balancing on the ball and toes of the feet. On the exhale breath, let's begin to bend our knees. Hinge in your hips. Gaze at a focal point. And you're just going to keep lowering and lowering. If you need to extend the hands for balance, that's okay. Once you've lowered as much as you can, lift your heart up. Relax your shoulders. Take a full breath. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take another breath. And if you need to bring a knee down, you can do that. All right. So you want to be comfortable. In yoga, you should always have a relaxed facial muscles. From here, if you want more, inhale, guide the arms overhead, lift your heart up. Elbows will straighten. Take another breath. On the exhale, release the palms outward, keeping elbows straight, fingers straight. We're going to guide the arms to lower to shoulder level. Once at shoulder level, we take another breath and guide the arms forward to the parallel position. Once there, take another breath. On the exhale, release forward and place your palms on the mat. Once there, take another breath. And we're going to shift the weight of the body forward. The knees flow in the same direction as the mat or floor. And then we begin to bring our heels downward and straighten the legs. Legs will straighten. We'll bring our heels to the mat. And we're actively guiding the chest to flow towards our thighs. You can even walk your hands a little closer to your feet. As your chin is flowing towards the collarbone, the eyes are open because we're inverted in this forward fold. Breath. And as we exhale, let's step our feet outward. We're going to take a big wide step. So step out as wide as you can. Keeping your heels aligned. Awesome flow. Once the heels are aligned, we're going to now point the toes away from the body. So bring the heels in so your toes point away from your body. And then begin to bend your knees. Knees are bending, pull your belly button in and flow upward. Lift your heart, palms face forward, keep your knees bending. Bend those knees, lift your heart, lift your arms. Arms are going to flow to the diagonal position. So the top of the body looks like it's shaped like an X, right? Or maybe the letter Y from the shoulders up, perhaps. Yes. So we have the heart lifted, a belly hollow, and this is called our goddess pose. All right, this is very good for pelvic floor, very good for hip flexors, very good for hamstrings, quadriceps. So many benefits in this goddess pose. On the inhale, we'll straighten the knees and lift the heart. Very good. Now the body looks like a full X. From here, take another breath. On the exhale, we're going to bend the knees, keep the elbows straight, guide the navel inward. See how deeply you can bend. Yes. Very nice. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take a breath, release forward on the exhale, guiding the palms to the mat. Slide your hands so that they align with your heels. Now, this is more advanced. You can either just sit down any way you want, or for more advanced, guide your and then we'll allow the feet to slide outward. So use your hands as props to regulate your weight, and we're going to connect with the seated straddle. Yes. So now we're in a seated straddle. We have our heart lifted. We have our shoulders relaxing. We're flexing our feet. The feet are flexing. So that means the ball of the foot is pressing away from the body. The tips of the toes are towards the body. Inhale breath, we lift the arms up. Fingertips float to the sky. From here, let's rotate the arms so the palms face each other. Straighten your arms as much as possible and guide your palms to touch. Clasp your hands and keep the pointer finger straight though. Take a deep breath. And as you're breathing, press your hands away from the body, shoulders rise up, and just receive, lengthen your spine and hollow your belly. On the exhale breath, very slowly release your body to the right, pressing your hands away from the body, going as slowly as possible. Control the flow. Keep your heart pressing forward. So you want that right arm, the outer right arm, to touch towards the leg. So you want the outer arm. You don't want your chest to release onto your leg. You want your heart and your chest flowing forward towards the front of the room as your feet remain flexing, your legs remain straight, and you're still pressing your hands away from the body. Awesome flow. Nice side stretch. So good for the body. So from here, again, press your hands away from the body, lift the heart, flow upward, back to the neutral spine position. Feet are flexing, and just notice your heart rhythm. Take a deep breath. Press your hands away from the body as you're inhaling. On the exhale, that's what we're going to release now. Opposite leg should be left leg. Pressing hands away from body, lengthening the spine, guiding the navel inward, releasing towards the left leg. Both feet actively flexing. What a wonderful flow. Allow the breath to just create a calming wave to flow over the body. And this side, fold, wide-legged. From here, we're going to take another breath and rise up on the inhale. And remember, don't feel rushed by my cues. Always go at your own pace. Your breath sets your flow, right? Always let your breath precede your movement. So take a breath, and on the exhale, release the hands slowly, keeping fingers straight, keeping the heart lifted, and keeping the belly hollow. We're going to lower the arms to shoulder level. We have our palms facing upward. We're still actively flexing the feet. Next breath, we'll guide the arms to flow forward. Squeeze those elbows, keep your fingers straight, guide your navel inward. Excellent. Arms are parallel. Take another full breath. On the exhale, we'll release the arms down. Excellent. Now, let's stack our hands. All right, we'll stack our hands right in front of our pelvis so the palms are facing downward. One palm is resting on the mat. On the inhale breath, lift your heart up. Guide the elbows to flow to straighten. Go just one at a time. Go slow and breathe deep. Keep your feet flexing. Take your time. Notice your hips. Notice your heart. Notice the flow of the breath. There'll come a point when your body says, I can't walk these hands away any further. This is it. When that happens, breathe deeply. Take your inhale through your nose, full breath. And when you release your breath, just think about that feeling you experience when you're lying on your bed, just letting your body let go and relax when you put your head on your pillow. So just connect with that sensation and relax and release yourself into the posture. Be gentle with your body. Don't strain, don't pull. Just relax and breathe. Notice heart rhythm. Awesome flow. From here, we're going to take a breath and we're going to begin to walk our hands closer back towards the body. The body will begin to rise up slowly. Don't rush. Breathe deep. Walk your hands all the way back to the starting position. Lift your heart up. And then guide both arms to flow overhead. From here, we're going to take a breath. We're going to squeeze those kneecaps and lift the heels off of the mat. Lift your heart up. So squeeze your kneecaps actively. See if you can get the feet to flow closer together. So as you exhale, pull your belly in. Legs flow closer together. With the thighs touching, you might have to adjust your sit bones a little bit. Squeeze your kneecaps again. Lift those heels up. See if you're able to lift your heels up just by squeezing those kneecaps. Lift your heart. Guide your belly inward. Awesome flow. Feet are still flexing. From here, we're going to take a deep breath. As we exhale, relax your kneecaps so your heels release to the mat and guide your heart forward. You're going to release towards your straight leg and actively reach those hands. You're reaching hands away from the body, guiding the navel inward. The slower, the better. Don't rush. Take your time. We're going to release into the forward fold. This time it's a forward fold with the legs extended forward. We have the chin flowing towards our collarbone. We're allowing the body to relax and soften. What an awesome way for us to care for our bodies. From here, we're going to take a breath and we're going to rise up slowly, lifting the heart first, guiding the body to rise up, arms flow upward. Lift the heart to lengthen your spine, and then release the arms outward and downward with the lifted heart. Ultimately, fingertips connect with the mat or floor. On the inhale breath, we're going to guide the knees to bending. With the knees bending, the soles of the feet will connect with the mat. And let's lie on our left side. Let's lie down on our mat on our left side. Left elbow bends, the left hand supports the head. Hips are stacked, legs are straight. should be your left foot. Left foot is actively flexing. Squeeze those glute muscles. Right fingertips rest on the kneecap. Awesome flow. The next breath will guide the right knee to flow towards the back of the right shoulder. So pull your belly in as the knee rises. The next breath guides the right foot to rise up towards the sky. So the right leg is straightening and the right hand rises. Capture what you can. See if you can capture your big toe with your pointer, middle finger, and thumb. When you wrap those 3 fingers around your big toe, that's called a yogi toe lock. So both feet are flexing, both legs are straight. Awesome flow. From here, we can take another breath. On the exhale, see if we can guide the toe to pull the toe in more of a diagonal so you can invite a little more openness into the hips. Awesome flow. So good for the body. From here, we're going to take a deep breath. On the exhale, release the big toe, keep the foot flexing, and lower that foot all the way back down. The arm will lower as well. You're pulling your belly button in. You're engaging glute muscles. What a controlled flow will guide us back to the starting position. Thighs touch, foot lowers. Inhale breath, bending knee. Keep that foot that's closest to the mat flexing. Squeeze your glute muscles, touch the kneecap. Inhale, guide the knee towards the back of the shoulder. Guide the arm. Awesome flow. Capture what you can. Big toe, wherever you can capture what you can. Awesome flow. This time, if you want to go a little deeper in the posture, we can do something a little more advanced by taking a breath and slowly releasing the hand from the head and guiding the body onto its back slowly. So roll onto your back. You'll use your left hand to support the leg and just now change your hand placement so that you're supporting the leg just above your heel. So your hands are at the low leg, or perhaps your hands might be at your calf. All right. So find a position that's comfortable for your body. All right. Remember, you should be able to guide the corners of the mouth up for a gentle smile, knowing that we're taking great care of the body. Gateway posture for our splits. From here, you can take a deep breath. And if you want a little more, you can use the right hand to thread through between the leg and your left arm. Your hand is flowing towards the front of the room. Lift the body up, lift your heart towards the front of the room. Your right hand will be on the mat to balance you. So the right hand is on the mat in front of the chest. Chest is flowing forward. Awesome flow. What a wonderful way for us to strengthen the bodies. This is good for the ligaments and tendons in the body. Just breathe deeply and exhale completely. Awesome flow. From here, we're going to take another breath. If you're holding your right foot with your hand, go ahead, release the foot. Guide that left elbow to bend. Use the hand to support your head, flexing both feet flexing, and guide the navel inward. Control and focus will allow ultimately the thighs to touch as the foot lowers. The breath guides the knees to bend. Let's breathe. Bend both knees. Palms connect with the mat. We're going to press up so we can float to the opposite side, laying now on the right side. Right elbow bends, right hand supports the head. Legs will be straight, hips will be stacked. Once there, the breath guides the top knee to bend. Keep the foot, should be the right foot flexing. Left knee bending, touch your left kneecap. Activate your glutes by squeezing. The breath guides the left knee to flow behind left shoulder. And then inhale, the foot to rise, the arm rises, feet flex. Both feet flexing, perhaps capture the big toe. Touch whatever you can. Breathe deep. Notice heart rhythm. On the exhale of breath, release where you're holding the toe or foot. Keep both feet flexing as the left foot lowers. Keep guiding your navel inward. The leg and the arm lower. At the same time, we're guiding the navel inward. Awesome control. Ultimately, the thighs touch. We'll guide the left knee to bend. Touch the kneecap. Inhale, the knee flows towards behind the shoulder. Inhale, the leg rises, the arm flows upward. Take a deep breath. Awesome flow. So good for the body. From here, we can take another breath. And if you want a little more, you can rotate your body on towards the mat. Use your right hand to capture that left leg. Reposition the left hand on the leg. Breathe deep. Be gentle with the body. No straining. From here, if you want a little more, you can take a breath. Use your left hand to lace through between your leg and your right arm. Lift your head, lift your chest, guide the arm forward, chest flows forward. Place your hand on the mat for balance. Full inhalation, a complete exhalation. So good for the body. From here, we'll take another breath. On the exhale, release where you're holding your left leg. Your right elbow bends. Use your hand to cradle your head. Flex that left foot and slowly lower the left leg down as you guide your navel inward. Awesome flow. From here, we'll take a breath. We're going to roll onto our backs, making sure the spine is long and straight. And we are prepared. This is our final yoga posture. It's called our Shavasana. Eyes are closed. And this is the time that we only focus on this present moment in time. We're focusing on how we're lying on our mats, the way the breath is flowing into the body, allowing us to connect with our inner peace, allowing us to connect with calm. Listen to your breath. Listen to your heart. As we hold on to this moment of serenity, we guide awareness towards the feet. We're going to move the feet slowly from side to side, circle the ankles. The breath guides the calf muscles to squeeze and release. Take a deeper breath and begin to squeeze the kneecaps. Release the kneecaps. Allow your fingers to wiggle. Bend your fingers, straighten, and move your hands to activate your wrists. Take another breath and squeeze and release your glute muscles. Awesome flow. Take another breath and lift your shoulders up towards the sky. On the exhale, release your shoulder blades back to your mat. Next breath allows us to blink our eyes open and move the mouth from side to side. Inhale, bend your knees and place the soles of your feet on the mat. From here, we'll take a breath and let your body flow onto its left side. Guide yourself to a fetal position on your left side. Once there, take a breath and place your hands in front of your chest. Your hands are on the mat. Next breath, we're slowly, gently going to press the body. Once you're upright, make sure you face forward, face the front of the room. Once you're seated, facing forward, lift your heart up. Sit in any position that's comfortable for your body. Relax your arms on your legs. We're going to gaze downward in a moment of reflection so we can notice how we're feeling right now. From here, we'll guide the arms to extend outward and upward. Rotating arms in, allowing palms to touch. Release the elbows. And connecting with heart center. Let's remember the importance of peace and kindness for all. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. All right. So my Zoom ladies, hang with me one moment. I'm going to just say goodbye to YouTube folks. Thanks so much for joining me today for our yoga practice. So glad that you could join class. Again, my name is Candace, Gentle Yoga for Everyone. I'll be posting more frequently since I'm preparing for my Mount Kilimanjaro hike. Have a beautiful day. Like and subscribe, please. Bye. Okay.